Hi friends, welcome back to the Palmer's Teaching Kitchen at the Shotland Family YMCA. We're going to cook another dinner for you today. We'll do a real fun one. I think it's real easy. It's Wednesday night. Should be a nice easy meal for you. We're going to have salmon this evening, right? We're going to do a Mediterranean salmon with kind of a warm Mediterranean style salsa that goes along with it. It's a roasted item or a baked item. You can do your salmon in a frying pan and cook everything in the pan as well, but it gets a little splattery and a little messy, so I thought we'd do it a nice easy way this time. So some of our ingredients include tomatoes, peppers, and red onions. We've got lemon, two different kinds of olives today, black ripe olives, okay, and of course for Mediterranean style, the Kalamata olives, which are really nice and kind of salty, and a little bit of fresh garlic for us as well. Some of the other ingredients include a little bit of olive oil. This really makes up the dressing for the dish, if you will. Balsamic vinegar, Dijon mustard, and a little bit of honey. So as with some of the other things that we do, just a little bit of prep work on the onset of your dish to set your mise en place. So we're going to go ahead and cut our peppers and onions and stuff up. It's real simple. Once again, make sure you use caution when you're doing this. You're not in a race. There's no reason to go fast. Just take your time and cut up nice strips of the peppers, and then I like to dice those in smaller pieces as well, little bunches like this. That's it. And that's it, all there is to it. And if you remember our tomato chop, we're using plum tomatoes today, or Roma tomatoes you might call them. They're real thick, they're real meaty, and I do like the meat in there. What I do not like is the little bit of seeds and stuff. I don't think that's very savory at all, so I cut the tomato in quarters and then kind of flatten it out with the knife and just peel that inside core of seeds right out. That tomato fillet that's left behind has got all the good meaty tomato that we're looking for, and I think that's going to be really nice. So we'll just chop that out real fast, just like that, and like everything else that we're going to dice, we cut it into strips first, julienne style strips. Real simple. You don't have to be beautiful, they just have to be smallish, I guess, and then quick dicing across the whole thing. Easy to go. Next is our onion. You recall we chopped the top off the onion first. We keep that root intact. It's going to hold all those sulfur compounds in there to keep you from crying. It'll hold that together, but simple slices right down the onion. Okay, and then turn it sideways and just dice it real nice like that. Just cross cut it and it'll dice it up real good. Okay, a little bit of that red onion goes a long way, so I think that's good for us today. All right, all the rest of my ingredients have already been chopped. Oh, the garlic, I didn't chop the garlic. We got to smash the garlic, right? Whoa, a little smash up, just like that. Peel that paper off. We'll do another one of those. Just hit it real hard with the side of the knife and then peel it off. A couple of chops, and then the side of the blade smushes that stuff down real nice for us. There we go. Simple. I don't think you could ever have too much garlic, so I think we're going to be good with that too. All right, creating a little mess today. And onto our pan, we'll set this thing together, okay? We've got this beautiful pan here today. It's a square baking pan. I've taken my salmon fillets and put them onto some parchment paper. I'm going to line the pan with that parchment paper, okay? And just for the brief moment, I'm going to take them out of here, okay? And we'll give them a little salt and pepper, just a bit on top. It's very nice. Okay, and then we're going to mix our produce together. Ingredients. So again, with the peppers, we're just going to put those in the bowl. Our tomatoes, this is where we're going to blend all these very tasty ingredients together. The red onion goes in there, and then our olives. These are ripe black olives with no seeds in them. Make sure you get the ones that are pitted. And if you're opposed to black olives, I know that's a love or hate type of thing, you can feel free to leave them out. You can use green olives if you like. Kalamatas, of course, classic Mediterranean style flavors. These again, pitted, and I like to add those. But again, olives are really a personal preference, so if you're not really into them, go ahead and omit them, and that's perfectly fine. Our put our garlic in there. We're going to hit it with a little lemon juice. Nice squeezed lemon in there. Oh, it's in my eye. No, I'm just kidding. There we go. Toss this stuff around. Okay, a little salt and pepper on top of that. And then I'll bring in the other ingredients just to make our salsa together. So it's about a tablespoon of olive oil and about a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. I like to put in a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Adds a nice kick. Remember, you could use that mustard powder too. And then last, of course, a little sweet. We put the honey in there. You get about a tablespoon of that. And in it goes. So we'll stir all this together. This is really wonderful stuff, even raw, to tell you the truth. You know, this is a regular salsa right now, not including the lime juice and the cilantro, but it's a really nice flavorful salsa that you could use at the table with chips or toasted pitas or anything like that. But we're going to bake it today. So our parchment lined paper, we're going to pour about half of the product in the bottom here and just spread that around. Okay, and then comes our salmon fillets. These are boneless, skinless salmon fillets. If you do get the ones with the skin on, make sure you try to at least take the skin off before you bake it. But it's not the end of the world if it goes in there, but it surely serves a lot easier if you take the skin off ahead of time. Okay, lastly, we're going to pour the rest of our salsa over the top. Oh, it's so nice. And we'll spread that around in the pan a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to head to the oven. I've preheated my oven to 425 degrees. It's a good temperature to roast salmon at. It doesn't take long if you do the 425. I'm anticipating about 12 to 15 minutes before this is done. Of course, this is for 2 people. You can get 4 fillets of salmon and use just the same amount of the salsa ingredients, because a little bit of that salsa goes a long way, but it's surely enough to make a family of 4 with just the ingredients that I put up. So into the oven it goes at 425 for about 15 minutes. And luckily, I have one all ready to go. The magic of TV. Gotta love that, huh? Oven roasted Mediterranean style salmon with warm Mediterranean salsa. It's a terrific dish. We're gonna plate it up for you. And you could have pasta or rice or anything you want with it. You could have it just the way it is if you're into a keto style diet, but I've gone ahead and just made some farro, if you've ever had farro before. This is a really nice product. It's an ancient grain. It's very, very tasty. It comes from different kinds of wheat grains, if you will, spelt mostly. And we're going to just put a little bit of that on there and then just grab our fillet of salmon. Set that up to the side and then scoop in some of this luscious Mediterranean salsa right down the middle. I like extra olives on mine. And it's time to eat. Didn't take long. Generally pretty inexpensive. Salmon is a very affordable fish. It's delicious. It's boneless. It's skinless. The farro is delicious. And all those great vegetables for the Mediterranean flavors that everybody loves these days. So enjoy. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay healthy. Keep smiling. Hang in there. And we'll see you again next week. And we'll do a little something from Tuscany, I believe. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.